Our next speaker is a lady who will guide us through the journey, past, present, and future of the product owner. She is the head of digital customer experience and loves developing organization and people in product centricity. Please welcome Hye-Jin Park.
See, I'm dropping already. So you said it's okay if it drops. It's not. It's not. So okay. Well, I'll try. Hope you guys had a wonderful lunch. My favorite audience, a little bit sleepy, right? So I'll get you through the presentation. I hope you enjoy it. So my title for today is The Past, the Present, and the Future of Product Ownership. We heard a lot of wonderful speeches today. So this is me, just shortly. I'm in the product development field for over 10 years in different verticals. Started with T-Systems International, actually, in Slovakia. I had the first development team in Slovakia with Dusan and Karol. And now, like over the years, different verticals, different company sizes, from enterprise to startup and back to mid-sized company, Mittelstand, German Mittelstand. And and I'm married and have 2 kids, and I'm very happy that I'm going to speak to you today. So let's see the past of a product ownership. Dusan already mentioned it in his speech. Where does the product owner role comes from, right? So it's about the Agile Manifesto. Everyone knows, right? Blah, blah, blah. Individuals over processes and tools, all great ideas, but especially customer collaboration over contract negotiation. This is it, right? Out of that, they created the product owner role. So, but no real definitions, no development of a product, historical, chronological development of a product owner. I did tons of research before I created the presentation. And I didn't find anything. Kind of like, okay, the product owner came because we did a refinement and we thought, oh, we need somebody who's responsible. No, it's kind of like, yeah, we need somebody who actually is responsible for the success of the product and the business. Okay, cool. So we got the chance to actually define our own role, which we did. Kind of is the PO, the mini CEO of the product. Wow. Right? I mean, well, the product owner manages the team, kind of, right? Needs to know it all. Have a big personality, obviously big personality, right? And make all the. I just hold it here. It makes me crazy. So sorry. And thank you very much. And makes all the relevant product decisions. So how many product managers, product owners are here? I think Fred asked this question, but I couldn't see how many raised their hand. How many people, awesome. How many people are responsible in somehow for the product? And not products, services, marketing services, communication, whatever. Let's call everything product. How many people? Okay, few people. So you are the front person, external, representing the product, services, outside of your team, to your stakeholders, to the market, to whoever, right? And so how many people from you guys, think I need to please the business? Not because it's opportunity, it's about kind of if the business doesn't play with me, this is very hard to get through. How many people think that here? Only one, Karol, 2, 3. Right, okay. I think it all the time. All the time. And people tell me that all the time in the company as well. I'm working currently in a B2B company. B2B companies are always very much sales-driven, right? So the salespeople tell me what to do, and they know it all. They're the best, right? Because they are responsible for the revenue, turnover. So, well, then, let's see. With great power comes, so mini CEO, right? So we all mini CEOs, and with great power comes great responsibility, right? So everybody's yeah, finally we have somebody who is responsible, who is accountable for creating, building better products. I need to stay here. So, this was the idea behind it. Not bad, not good, just that was how it was. When I started as a product owner in T-Systems, I was told and taught that I'm responsible for the product. And the Scrum Master, however, Lubo, is responsible for the process. Right? So I'm the product responsible and the Scrum Master is the process responsible. So fast forward. So today, how is it today? So I love this meme because it tells you exactly how the situation outside in the market is, especially in Europe. So nobody knows exactly what a product manager, product owner does, right? Everybody has a slightly different idea about responsibility, accountability. Ask anyone, and anyone has a slightly different definition. It depends on the context, blah, blah, blah. So you cannot see what the other things are, right? Here down at the right, the monkey, what my colleagues think I do. The Superman is what I think I do, right? And the right thing very much is, what I actually do. So running around like headless chicken, more or less accurate, I would say. So, yeah, who can relate as a product person to go through feels like an assembly line? I do the refinement. I prepare the user stories. I go to the refinement. I do the planning. I do the review, retrospective, more or less the punching ball for all the sides, right? And then go back to all over again to the routine, right? I deal with something like that, reporting. Okay, when does something come, where, what kind of dependencies do I have, who do I need to talk to, and then a backlog administration of tons of user stories, tasks, whatever it is, right? Well, sometimes teams frustrated. They don't know why. They don't know why they do that. You've heard about it all the time, right? What's the purpose? Why are we doing it? What's the North Star of this product, right? So I changed it from product owner to product manager here. This was on purpose. Because product owner for me is just the role description in a dedicated framework, right? So product manager always kind of refers to a physical product or a digital product like software, right? But product can also be a service. Product can be so much more than just both of them, either or. So the career path today, the product owner today is basically only more or less responsible for the very left side, operational work of creating things. So the team feed the beast, feed the developers so they can work, they can ship, they can deliver. What the career path, especially in enterprises and bigger sized companies look like is at some point there is a head of PO, different, maybe different scales, levels. You have a head, you have a CPO, you have a VP, product owner, VP, senior VP, head of, whatever. But they're responsible of product vision and strategy, product roadmap, scope, and blah, blah, blah. And then you still keep staying in an operational way as a product owner. It's really, really great work. And you are so determined by the output you produce. So how many story points did your team made this sprint? My team, right? Always kind of the output. So, but it's more complex than that, obviously, right? So let's see. I like to see it in three variables which are important to a product manager. So first is, which phase is my product in? So I come to a company and it's like, okay, what kind of product we are talking about? Novel, very, very unique, very new, unknown. It's kind of an idea. Oh, I have a great idea. I want to talk to you about it. Wouldn't it be great if somebody would invent something like that? This is Genesis. We're talking about Genesis. Commodity is known, right? E-commerce is commodity. PayPal is commodity. Commodity is everybody uses it and everybody knows it, right? So here in commodity, it's not so much about innovation. It's about scalability, performance, right? We need dedicated people for that this will work, this runs smoothly, real tech background. I don't know what you need, right? Custom built, however, that you're building something for a very, very small group of people to test it out. So if it's like custom built, I don't know if you guys remember when Slack came to the market. So it was only very few developers who actually used it. And then it became a product. More people used it. It was kind of like, okay, let's go use Slack. Let's use Slack. No, we can't. Always in enterprise because it's not standardized, it's not blah, blah, blah. So, but they used it anyways, right? So at some point, the enterprise say, okay, now we need to introduce it because everybody uses it anyways, like Jira. Jira, you may not believe it now, but Jira 12 years ago, it was a huge escalation point within the Magenta T because we used it. And it was not certified somehow in the security IT environment, blah. So, but the thing is, for product manager to know is you may only make money when your product is in commodity space, right? Before you don't make money out of it. Right? So you have not only the product. So I defined my product in a certain space. Then you have the personalities as well. So you have the pioneers, you have the settlers, and you have the town planners. The pioneers are the creatives, crazy people who go outside, who only work in Starbucks. You know, they only work probably from 5 p.m. to in the morning, 2 a.m. kind of guys. Actually have a hat full of draw pictures and so on. They are the pathfinder. They go on a ship, they sail, and there's like, let's see what happens. Then we have the settlers. Now you found a new island, it's empty. You need now settlers who actually starts to build houses, right? They're not the planner who actually thinks about, well, do we need pipes and maybe electronic cables and so on. They're like, let's build houses and live there. They usually are the ones who build products, custom built end products, right? And then we have the town planners. They do the commodity products very, very well. Spread it out, scale it, make it unbelievably comfortable for everyone to use, right? And make tons of, there is efficiency. Here the focus is efficiency. Make a lot of money as much as possible with less effort as possible. So, let me tell you, you are now a pioneer. You come to T-Mobile International and you work on a commodity product. How do you think it will work out for you?
Right.
Yeah, me too. Right? So those are the second one. So what I liked you to help you out is, I love canvases. Everyone who works in product field loves canvases, right? So first of all, this is the product manager context canvas. We fill it out. So what's the product? What's the direction of the product? What is the maturity? Blah, blah, blah. You know it, you fill it out. So the second one, and this is very important. Who said that? Fred? Fred, I loved the talk, by the way. Hi. Stakeholder, who is your business and who is your company, right? They're not only stakeholders. How much power do they have? Can they talk into your decision making? Are they able to, do they have the mandate to actually stop anything? You don't know, right? So figure it out. 3, process. So is there an agile, whatever process in place, right? And how can you elaborate on this process you've got, or what do you need to change in order to create best possible products in this context, right? Structure, same. Are you able to get the people you need for your product development, right? Or do you need to ask somebody? Matrix organization, I've heard it during lunchtime, but usually we are not matrix organized, especially in enterprises, right? So we have a hierarchical organization which we need to deal with. Make it clear, make it visible, make it transparent, make yourself to understand. This is for you, not for anybody else. So skills, do you have every skill you need in the team around you? Are you surrounded by the people you need? So if you want to create a super cool AI module, wow, you need AI developers and data scientists, right? Do you have that? And team. So how is your team structured, staffed? I used to work in a company. They staffed their teams based on allocations. So, okay, for this product, I need only 50% product owner, 50% Scrum Master, 3 full stack Entwickler 100%, and 25% UX kind of thing. How is your team? Do you have everyone? The best thing you will get is a wolf pack, a very good team, working together for a long time, love each other, and so on. But probably that's not the case all the time, right? Adaptability, are they willing to change? How adaptable are they to changes, to new things? And of course, do they live the agile values? So these 3 parts determine what you are going to do in the company in the future. Are you going to be a delivery team, just grabbing software, right? Probably you don't need a product person for that. I would rather hire a good project person, right? Or are you a real product team? Again, I cannot stress this out. It's not only about software delivery here, right? So this is very simplified. Of course, it's always about customer problem you want to solve, because like the holy grail would be you ship something that will change the behavior of a customer and you set up a new standard. Like Facebook set up new social behaviors, Amazon sets up a new way of shopping, and so on. So with all that, and we've all experienced in the past now, so everyone talks about AI. I don't want to talk about it. I asked ChatGPT, how does my future look like? I'm a product person, right? Are we all doomed now? Can we pack our stuff and go home, right? So let's peek into the future. I know, obviously I know it, but you need to experience it somehow, right? So the primary difference between feature teams and product teams is a focus on achieving customer outcomes. Outcomes, not simply on output. That's so easy said than done. Seriously. Focus on outcomes, meaning even we talked about user stories, outcomes, tests. I love the tests you've written down. So I still see so many user stories and they write, documentation on Confluence done. This is an acceptance criteria. Right? We tested. The software feature is, of course it's tested. Right? How can this be an acceptance criteria? If it's 1-0, it's not an acceptance criteria. You need to test it. That means the product person needs to think about the outcomes. Right? So this is kind of this team structure, Marty Kagan, my absolute product guru. I can highly recommend the 2 books he wrote. He says we need product teams are cross-functional and focus on outcomes. Right? If you're not cross-functional and focus on output, you are feature or delivery team. Feature teams or delivery teams. So what AI in the near future will replace, however, like Dushan said in his speech, is administrative, repetitive tasks. Nobody needs to translate requirements from the business into user stories. Nobody needs that. And therefore, what we can do as human beings right now, still better than AI, still, I'm emphasizing on still better, is knowing and understanding the opposite better, not only based on patterns, based on empathy, based on face mimic, based on whatever. We can know, and we need to figure out what makes our business and customer happy, customer and business happy, right? So a great product team would be like, there is a product person who is responsible for user value, and business viability. Is this feature, product, whatever, viable for business and valuable for the customer? Super new, I know, guys. So, and the UX, if we want to simplify it, and the UX, UI would say, okay, is it usable? Super important. Even if the idea is viable and valuable, it doesn't mean it's usable. And I saw 100,000 of not usable great ideas, unfortunately. And then feasible. And there the tech people come in, right? So I love the sentence. So what problems can we solve versus what problem is worthwhile to solve? This distinction is need to make by the product owner, product manager. So when we talked about product manager, a lot of product owner, however, deep knowledge, like I said, deep knowledge of the customers and the varieties of the customers. Persona is good to simplify it, but there are so many varieties, so many different cultures, markets, personal preferences, right? Think about the gender topic today. I'm so confused, and I so support this, but it makes me so confused. But my son, however, he's kind of like, what's the problem? Do it. Oh, okay. So it's different perspective, different knowledge, different, and so you have to know the business, and not only the way, okay, telecom, they probably provide mobile contracts. Not that kind of business. It's kind of, okay, what's the driver of the business? Like Fred mentioned, what is the motivation of the CEO, senior VP, whoever it is, who makes the decision? Right? I'm always kind of like, when I talk to my team, I tell them, okay, this is super cool feature, but make a little bit more sparks in it. Because our CMO, he likes sparks. And for him, he will probably say yes to that if it sparks a little, blinks, right? So know the business. And this is not what the AI can easily replace you with, right? Understands how hard it is to build complex products. And this is empathy towards your developers. I was always kind of like, well, it's all IT, and there's basically nothing they cannot do. But they are, and there are restraints, and it's really hard to build those things. I couldn't do it, right? And they're doing it, great work. So acknowledge and appreciate it, and understand the pitfalls and the challenges they have. You don't need to write code, but you need to understand why is it so hard. And last but not least, your job is also enable, teach, and coach the others surrounded by you. So it's not only, you are not only the product manager and you make your decision in your closet and then you come out and everybody needs to eat it up. No, make them understand what's your steps. Why did you make this decision, right? So the product, I would say we need an organization in the future where everyone, I know it's tons of work and tons of responsibility, but at least have to have the understanding of what is a product vision and how to create it. And for that, you need good mentors and teachers. I highly encourage every junior product person to go into a great product company to learn how to build product. It's not done by certifications. It's not done by, unfortunately, not yet done by enterprises, right? And it's not about Scrum or Agile. I think Google is not Agile at all, but still they create and build great products. Right? So go into great product company, check it out, learn from the best. We need more of those product people. So at the end, again, nothing else much matters until you can come up with a strong product that meets the need of an initial market. Everything else doesn't matter, right? So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hye-Jin. Before we go on with the questions at Slido, you can keep asking, is Jira really so old, like 12 years?
Excuse me, who asked the question? Yes, it is. 15 years, 12, 15 years? Yeah, it is. And by the way, in the beginning, great tool. And on top, but now it's kind of, it turned into a SharePoint. Pain in the ass, but well, they need to make money, right? So they scaled it. However, the town plan, unfortunately, is not the best one. Well, yeah.
I just asked because I have experience with Jira. I started with 2 years ago, and my ex-colleague is sitting here, and I really I shouldn't say it, but I will. I hated it.
Yeah,
when I started, I was like, oh my God, what this is. And we need to have a call every week and talk about this and look at it and move the boxes. But now when I look at it, I think that it's really great tool for keeping the work within the teams, right?
Well, yeah, and that's the usability stuff, the user experience, right? The idea, groundbreaking. Collaboration tool best we've ever seen before when we started with Jira. And the usability is so shitty today. You cannot create one query by yourself. Now it's kind of like Salesforce and SAP. It's kind of like you pay tons of money for a license, and it's so absurd that you need professional consultant to use it. This is it cannot get more absurd than this for a product, right? But it works. People buy it anyways. I don't understand, but they do.
I really like the talks here that it's about asking questions, right? Yeah. It's about asking the most precise questions to yourself, to your team, to the customer, in order to get the things done and to find out what to do, right?
Yeah.
We've got a question on slide. What is your favorite product?
Oh, my favorite product. What is my Noom? I loved it. My friend, I don't know whether anybody has, I didn't use it for really losing weight, but my friend, she is not an IT woman, but she said, oh, this is such a great app. So I started to use it just to check it out, and it's awesome. Like, usability is awesome, the intuition what comes with it, AI is pretty good. So yeah, it's a great product. And obviously ChatGPT, OpenAI product, and DALL-E, loved it.
Which company you can recommend as the best product company according to your opinion?
My opinion, I haven't worked in all the great product companies, unfortunately, but I would highly recommend, even though it's hard, it's obviously Apple, it's obviously Google, it's obviously Facebook, the dark side of the moon, the force, right? But just to learn how they think. I talk to so many people from those kind of product companies. They have such a great mindset, and they think so differently than product people from not a great, I mean, telecom is a great company, but when it comes to product development, it's still not that good as it should be with their money and power and their ability and with their smart people they've got, right? So yeah.
I'm curious about, you mentioned you got 2 kids, and do you use also kind of agile methodology at home?
No.
No,
it's a dictatorial ruled by me of no way.
So you keep the balance, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. How do you make sure you build cars for people need when they think they want a faster horse?
Well, good question. You have to talk, communication, right? And well, not only communication, you have to prove things also. That's why MVP came in place. That's why prototyping became so popular, because you need proof. Human brains work very, very simple, right? Oh, I see it, now I believe it. And if not, it's religion all of a sudden. So show, not tell, don't tell, only show also.
Okay, we can wait a few seconds if there is any more question here. And if not, I will be happy to talk to you again within the panel discussion later. Thank you very much. That was Hye-Jin Park.
Thank you.